Hello everyone, this is Andre from SWL. It's time for my annual favorite radio of the year video. As you know, every year I pick a favorite radio. It's not necessarily a radio that was released in that year. This is my video for my favorite of 2025, of course. It is a radio that I just chose as the one that I found the most useful, the one that I pretty much can't live without, the one that if I need to give up everything else, the one that I will keep. So that is what you will see in this video. First, if we start on this side, I will just give you a little bit of an overview of some of my radios. I did not buy many new radios this year. I will show you a little bit later the ones that I did buy. I must say I got to a point where I realized I have too many radios. Especially the DSP-based radios these days, there's not much difference between them actually. Maybe it's not necessary always to buy the newest one just because it's there. Because pretty much all radios do pretty much the same. The new little portable ones. Of course, when you talk about desktop and more expensive receivers, it's all different picture. So yes, that was just introductory remarks. Let's have a quick overview over some of my radios and what I do with them. These radios are really state-of-the-art older radios. The Hammarlund HQ129X, a radio from 1946, a tube radio, works like a charm. I mean, the sound quality, the quality of reception you get from this one, nothing matches it. These old tube radios are just unbeatable. I think this probably would have been my favorite radio were it not so big. And also, I mean, it's not realistic if I choose a favorite radio here that's not readily available to anyone else who would like to get that. This is a hard radio to get. But this one is unbeatable. It is definitely one of my absolute favorites. The Kenwood R1000 as well. Terrific radio, very good for SSB listening. It's a very sensitive radio also. My Panasonic RF-D30 Bluetooth up there. It's the only DAB Plus radio I have. We have been having DAB Plus tests here in South Africa for quite some time. So this is the radio I use to listen to DAB Plus. So these ones I still use. But what we have on this side of the table are some radios that I don't use very much. These are radios that in some cases disappointed me, or some just fell by the wayside because, I just don't use them because I have too many radios, as I say. So we have the XH Data D368. Nothing wrong with it. Very good radio, very good reception. I just don't use it much. With the XH Data D219 that I will show you later, the D368 sort of fell behind. And there at the back we have the Sony ICF F10, a very good radio for medium wave reception, full analog radio. Nothing wrong with it. I just don't use it. The Klublad used to be a big favorite. It was my walking radio, but I've replaced that with something else. Tiny, very portable radio, but there's something else that I use now. The Chodosin SR286, you might be surprised to see it here on the table of radios not being used, but I don't use it because I use the DX286. I got this SR286 before the DX286 came out. They're exactly the same, so this is just my spare copy. The Retekis V115, I'm not using it. It's just a recorder in absolute emergencies, but there's something else I use actually for recording now. My Texan R808, terrific little radio, full analog, very good reception, but I'm not using it now. The R9012 there at the back, Texan, that was a big disappointment. I'm not saying they're all like that, but mine is extremely noisy. I can't use it because when I tune through the bands, I just hear noise, no matter what. When I find a station, it's nice and clear, but in between, the static noise is overwhelming. So I don't know, I think there's probably something wrong with that one on the inside. The Tivoli there at the back I do use. It's in the wrong spot. I use that for when I'm working. That is my background music usually. The Sangean PRD4 there at the back. That one was a big disappointment. I got it because it was set to be very good for medium wave. And I didn't really experience that. My Chodosin, for example, is much better. And some other radios I have. Right, so these are the ones that as I say, I ended up not using much this year, except for these. I do use them quite a bit. And now we will move on to the just a few radios that I actually bought this year or that I got for review this year. So here we have the new acquisitions for the year. We have the Eaton Elite Executive there, the Yaesu FRG7, there is the Choyong LC90, there are two XH Data D219s. These are the new releases from 2025. There's that weird no-name brand Qinglu radio that I got from Temu. The CS106 here, which is also known as the Retek SV111. My RTL is the R. The little SI4732 mini radio there. And what do we have? Oh yeah, and then also the Ligiani RD908 there at the back. So these are the only radios that I got new this year. Also, of course, my little ham station, which I haven't made a video of yet. That will still come on my channel. But just for interest's sake, we've got the Xiegu G90 there. Many people call it Xiegu, but the Chinese pronunciation would be Xiegu. And we have the Kenwood TRC80. So these two are forming my ham station at the moment. As you know, I got my ham license this year as well. But I will talk about that in another video at another time. I'm just showing them here as together with these radios. These are the ones that I acquired new this year. Also missing here is the Ligiani RD239, which was a nice little radio, but I actually sold it. It was one of those that I don't use much. I've actually begun to sell some of my radios because I just, as I say, I feel I have too many. I'm not using it. Other people might have better uses for it. So I'm getting rid of some of them. Out of all these, the two D219 radios are obviously really excellent radios. These are terrific little radios. I mean, what can we say about the D219? Popular radio, very, very good reception, very good on shortwave, very good on medium wave. They came out this year with the 1K version, so that means the medium wave you can now use anywhere in the world, which is nice. And they also came out with these interesting colors. These two you see here are the new colors that they came out with this year. So these are two new releases. CS106, terrific for FM, surprising little radio for FM. I've got my RTL there, I'll say something about it just now. The SI4732. What can you say about the Yaesu FRG7? It's just one of the best radios ever made. Wonderful radio. Works with the Barlow-Wadley loop. I got a very good deal on this one, and mine works perfectly. The Eaton Elite Executive. This was an absolute bargain. This one was sold earlier in the year for some bizarre reason at about $50. Many people jumped on the bandwagon, grabbed this one for $50. This is one of the best buys of the century, in my opinion. I ended up using this Eaton almost all the time. The shortwave reception is terrific. The SSB reception is very, very good. Very user-friendly radio. You can turn the screen on and off as you wish. The sound quality is good. I can find absolutely no fault with this radio. The Ligiani RD908 there at the back, a very interesting emergency radio. This was sent to me as a review copy. This was a prototype. I actually ended up rewriting the entire manual for the guy. So if you buy this radio and you get the manual, that is me. I did it for him. The initial first version was a bit rough in Chinese English, but yeah, we worked together and we got it done. Nice, good manual now. Very interesting, nice radio. It's got a flashlight, it's got a compass, it's got FM, medium wave, shortwave, also weatherband in the US. Solar charging, as you can see, it's got a hand crank at the back. Nice little emergency radio if you need one. Very good, strong flashlight as well. Mine is a prototype, so it was a little bit rough around the edges. The actual released version was much better. Mine made some strange noises on shortwave, for example, but the actual released version is much better. This is a good radio. If you need something in your go bag, this is one to think of, definitely. It's rugged, it's strong, it works well, reception is good. So it's a nice radio to keep on hand for emergencies. Then moving to this side of the table, these are the radios that I used most this year, but actually not all of them also. Some of these, let's rather say these are the radios that I used occasionally this year, with some ending up being used a lot more than others. The Texan PL368 here remains an absolute firm favorite. It's my travel radio. I take it along. I use it a lot. Very good shortwave, very good medium wave, very nice SSB listening as well. My Eaton Elite Traveler there, that was my first radio, literally my first shortwave radio when I returned to shortwave listening. I have a very soft spot for that radio, so I turn it on occasionally. Very happy with it. Unlike the Executive, this one doesn't have SSB. The XH Data D608 weather band there, also a nice radio. I take it out, use it occasionally. The XH Data D220 is really a fun radio. This one I take out often. I use it a lot when I plan to DX in the evening. I just use that one and I scan through the bands to see what is going on. My Texan ICR110 is a trusty recorder. I use it mostly for recording. Every video you see on my channel, the sound is recorded on that radio. But I use it occasionally for listening to FM as well. The Radii has kind of replaced the Clueblatt as my walking radio. I take that along when I go walking with my dog. Very nice, very good reception. Tiny little antenna on that one. It's the Radii RF886 fun radio. This is a really terrific little portable radio. If you want something that is extremely portable, that is the one to get. The Sony ICF7600GR, legendary Sony quality, works wonderfully. It's a digital display radio, but you can actually tune through it without muting, which is fun. There's a trick to doing it, but you can do that. So it's an analog radio without muting with a digital display. Good quality reception, good quality SSB, no issues with that one. My D808 used to be a firm favorite. That was a choice of mine in the past as one of my favorite radios. But the fine-tuning wheel broke, so I'm not using it anymore for SSB listening. I do use it occasionally to listen to shortwave. Here we have the full analog Texan R909. Nice little full analog radio for shortwave. Also one that I use in a similar way to the D220 there at the back. I just want to do a quick scan of the bands. I use that to check. That is also something that I do with the 219. I often use my 219s just for a quick band check before I actually switch on other radios to use. And then lastly here we have the Chodosin DX286 there. What can you say about this? This is one of the best radios there is. No SSB on it, but the shortwave, medium wave, and FM reception, pretty much nothing beats it. So that one is definitely a very, very firm favorite. So returning here to this side, my RTL SDR, this was a bit of a disappointment. There's nothing wrong with it and it actually works perfectly, and reception quality is very, very good. But I discovered that I'm not really one who enjoys the SDR type of listening. I don't like to switch on my computer to listen to the radio. So this one I used it quite a bit when I got it, but yeah, now it's pretty much lying in the drawer most of the time. And then of course we have the SI4732. This is a radio that sold initially for just over $20. It's a bit more expensive now. This is a full band HF radio. It also has SSB, very many setting options. This is pretty much an SDR, but you've got the screen here. You can see what you want. And yes, this was a massive surprise. This radio is one that I ended up using quite a lot. It also has Wi-Fi, and you can download the EIBI schedules on it, so you can actually see the station names as you tune around. They will appear. For example, there you can see it's the frequency for Trans World Radio at this time. It is correct also by time. And you can see there the little arrow at the top now. It's downloading. It's actually updating the schedules by itself. You can set it like that to sync. This is a surprising radio. Extremely popular with reason. You can use a telescopic antenna, or you can connect it to your MLA30 Plus. I connect this to my MLA30 Plus. I think this one is in the top 3 of my favorites this year. It's a new radio. It was released this year, but just for what it is, for what it offers you, this is a wonderful radio. So after all that, out of all these radios, which one do I see as my favorite for 2025? It's always difficult to choose one. Each of these radios does something well. Some of them are pretty similar. There's not too much difference between them. So for me, I think this year, if I have to make a list of 3 favorites, number 3 will be the SI4732. For not much money, you get a full HF radio that is SSB capable. It's just terrific. Nothing else out there that you can buy for this money. My number 2 this year will be the Chodosen DX286, just because it is simply the best you can get for FM, for medium wave, and for shortwave. But my number 1 favorite radio this year is without a doubt the Eaton Elite Executive. This radio at the price, I probably wouldn't have picked it if I paid $200 for it, which is the regular retail price. But for $50 that I paid for it when it was on special, I mean, this is just unbeatable. It's incredible what you get. You get, as I said earlier, really good shortwave reception, really good FM, really good medium wave. Everything just works very, very well. And it's a very easy radio to operate. The sound quality is good. If I had to give up all these radios that you saw now and keep only one, this is the one I would choose, because it gives me everything, absolutely everything that I need and use, which is mostly medium wave and shortwave listening with SSB. I like the utility stations. The quality that I get from this radio, it pretty much covers it. That's the only thing that counts against the Chodosen is there's no SSB. Otherwise, that would have been my choice. But in the end, my favorite radio for 2025, the Eaton Elite Executive.